Gonna do another coronavirus backpacking trip here. Test my gear, test my resolve to camp in the rain. We'll see if it rains. So I bought this Z-Pax floor, but I don't think it's really a bathtub. It doesn't turn up at all in the edges. Here's the corners. You can kind of get it to turn up on the sides. I guess that's good. But yeah, it doesn't really look like a bathtub. So I can't figure out why my tent is so weird. It's like really close to the ground. There's no reason for that. It has this thing going on here where I can't pull this out at all. I guess I could pull it out a little bit more now. I was just adjusting it. But it's like, I don't know. The last time I set it up, it was like 6 inches off the ground, and this time it's not. Anyway, it's starting to sprinkle, so I'm going to retire inside. So I decided to do another quick overnight backpack trip to test out my Pocket Tarp in the rain. It's supposed to rain and it's sprinkling right now, just a little bit. I picked a nice sheltered spot where there's an oak tree close by. I'm not quite all the way underneath it, but a little bit. And I'm sleeping on top of tons of fallen leaves, so it's very soft. It's very nice. So we'll see how this goes. And I'm making my dinner right now, sitting in my tent, my Pocket Tarp. Starting to rain a little bit. Thought I would walk around and look at things. When I started out earlier today, I started at 4. It was like 43 degrees at the top, but it's really warm down here. It's nice. So I have a little nook, a little corner in the back here. I can put my shoes here and keep them dry. Making some coffee. Hopefully there's enough fuel left. Well, so I survived a night of rain in my Pocket Tarp. There's like a bump down at my foot, and so when I slept I kind of ended up moving my feet out of the tent, and so when it was pouring rain, the bottom half of my sleeping bag was actually outside of the tent. But it wasn't too bad, and in the morning everything was pretty much dry. There's some condensation, but it didn't, even though I was only inches away from the tarp, it didn't drip on me or anything, so that's good. I did put my little door on. Right now it's sort of in a collapsed state, but it kind of provides, you can see down there, all the way across though, it provides some additional protection and peace of mind. But I don't know, something about setting it so low, I didn't have very much space inside. So when I got up this morning to go pee, I went around and tried to set it up a little higher so I could sit in here and drink my coffee without brushing my head up against the top. But yeah, this is a pretty minimal tent, and you could definitely use it for a through hike. I think probably the one with the doors is the better option than the one without the doors, but my homemade door is pretty good, and it only weighs like less than 2 ounces. But yeah, this would be really great for a fast hike or a through hike where you just need to crash and sleep every night and you don't really care about comfort and camping. And the nice thing about the shape is that it's a little more weather-worthy, I think, than an A-frame. So my big flat tarp is an A-frame, or I usually set it up as an A-frame because it's so big. It's 8 by 10. In any other setting, it'll just collapse and sag on me with condensation. And so the A-frame is the most comfortable. And then my bug net kind of keeps me in an A-frame because it's also an A-frame. So it's just too big to do anything else with it. So I don't know, everything has its pluses and minuses. Probably a regular tent is the best thing, but I like the idea of being out here, and I don't know, it's more airy. I can see all the stuff on the ground. It just, I don't know, it makes me happy. Most people are freaked out by bugs, but it makes me happy to be closer to the ground. So I just made a second cup of coffee. My first cup of coffee was Nescafe instant coffee, and my second cup is Starbucks Via. Starbucks Via tastes burnt. I've heard everybody say that Starbucks coffee tastes burnt. Well, so does the Via. So I bought this thing that was, somebody said was a bathtub floor, but it's not a bathtub floor. It's flat. And it kind of occurred to me, well, is it... They used to sell a detachable door for the Hexamid, so I thought, is it that? Because if you look right here, no matter how you set it up as a floor, that logo will be upside down, and that seems like a mistake. Maybe this was like a bargain basement mistake, flat DCF ground sheet or something. Maybe that's really what it is. But so I thought, hey, would this thing make a good door? Because it kind of seems useless compared, I mean, it's about equivalent to having a poly cryo ground sheet, so why have both? But look, it does make a pretty decent door. A really big door. Yeah, I think with a little modification, this would be an awesome door for my tent. I would not have gotten my sleeping bag wet at all last night. So the weather seems to be improving. We got some blue sky coming out. It's all misty. It looks like it snowed a little bit last night up there. So far this morning, I saw a family of 4 and a trail runner and a guy on a day hike. People are out in Santa Barbara. They're out everywhere, walking, running, biking, hiking. We are so lucky to live in Santa Barbara with the Los Padres National Forest so close and such beautiful weather. And it's really an outdoorsy kind of community. It's a paradise for people who like to be outdoors. I just pulled a tick that was starting to bite my ear out of my ear, and I didn't have my glasses on. I think it was hanging on to my hair, so I got it off my hair, but I hope I got it off of me entirely. Yeah, if you're ever like out hiking in tick country, like springtime in the Los Padres, and you start to just feel like a niggling little, sting or irritation that just doesn't go away, and you keep like brushing it and it just still doesn't go away, it's probably a tick. I don't know when I've seen it so clear.
Can you see the blue boobies on the shore out there?
Blue boobies. Social distancing, Santa Barbara style.